Hello everybody, welcome to Sawbuster Living, and this is going to be a pretty exciting video to share with you. I'm going to be sharing with you how I am organizing my BOOKSHARK Health and Human Anatomy Level 5, ages 10 through 13. So first of all, let me just give a huge, big, fantastic shout out to BOOKSHARK, who saw our unboxing that we did. I will leave that linked up for you below. And we had to send it all back. My daughter was really just disappointed that she didn't get to do this. And BOOKSHARK reached out and said, look, would you be willing to just kind of look over this information? And we kind of felt bad for your daughter, and you know, would you just share with your viewers what you thought of this? And when I told that to my daughter, I don't think I could hear for the next hour. She was so just excited. And later on in the year, you are going to get to hear from her thoughts on this. So if you are new to my channel, go ahead and click the subscribe button, because you are going to get words directly from her on what she thinks about this curriculum. But today is all of my planning. Today is Wednesday, and we start school on Monday, and I have barely gotten any planning done. And so, right, okay, but that's life, and that's what I'm doing today. I am planning. So the first thing I did was I separated the instructor's guide from the student's guide, and this is just a binder that we have, and I just did that, you know, nothing fancy, and I thought that was kind of ironic. But I just separated it because I needed her information separate from my information. That was to help her and help me, so that we're not trying to get pages back and forth and things like that. And also to keep her accountable for her own stuff. But this is what I found. When I set it up, she had already decided to jump on in and go for it. So you know you found a really good curriculum if your daughter is just already on board and ready to start, and she's just waiting for mom, okay? Yeah, she's just waiting for mom. So anyway, I have all of this set up for her. And I just also wanted to say BOOKSHARK is a faith-neutral curriculum, or secular, however you want to call it. They do not do any faith-based material. I don't have a problem with that, because these are books that I have been wanting, I have been loving, and I have no problems with that. I have been reading over the instructor's manual. Seriously, they just lay it out, and that's that. It's all about our bodies, and they're just going to lay it out like that. There are some harder topics that are going to show up, and they talk to you about that, and you're going to see a little bit more of that later on in this video. I am in love. I really like how they do everything. One of the biggest things that I'm starting to love a little bit more with boxed curriculum are the teacher guides. I love stuff laid out for me, and things that I wouldn't have normally thought of, just all prepared for me. It's so fantastic. If you have any questions about this curriculum, please go ahead and leave it in the comment section down below, because I would love to help you and answer your questions in any way I can. So anyway, I've got everything laid out. I'm just going to kind of share with you how I did this. Here I've got her health, and I have a little something that I was going to have her do, which was create a poem or watercolor after this. And let's see, so we started with the Osborne Human Body Book, and this is going to be what I would say is your spine, because I'm noticing a lot of stuff or a lot of the content throughout this book is using this. Okay, so I have that. I have the pages that she's going to be reading, and then I have a little asterisk, which later on I ended up doing a heart for. But it says to do with mom, and she's going to do the activity sheets with me, and throughout the week we do that. And see, here I have a little heart, and then I ended up switching it. But this is a little activity that you can do together, you know, testing your temperature. And so that tells me that that's something that, or that lets her know that's going to be something extra that we have today. And then I set it up this way, and I preferred it that way. So we've got, you know, hearts, you know, hey, do this part with mom below here. And then we've got a little food journal, and then just different things. And I'm just putting this all in here for her so that she knows what to expect each day. And this is going to help her with time management. At least that's my hope. So anyway, so that's what I've got. And I've got all of these books laid out. The only things that you do not see on this table are the American Girl boys body book and the girls human body book, and that is because I'm getting up and I'm walking away and then I'm coming back, and I really don't want little eyes to pick it up and read it while I'm going back and forth. So but anyway, if you like to see little, you know, fast-paced planning and maybe a little bit more conversation in between, go ahead and stick around and I'm going to share with you. Alright, so right now I am in the middle of putting her care and keeping of you into here, but I'm going to pause for a minute because one of the reasons that I really like how they set this up is that there are notes for you, the parent, and especially with a topic like this, with the birds and the bees and things like that, it's so hard for us. I don't know. I didn't learn anything about this until I was engaged. So you need to go play for a minute. So in week 22, there's a section, the birds and the bees. So how are we going to be dealing with this? One of the things that I really like is the notes to the parents. I'm just going to read a little bit, and it says, it's time to have that discussion. This is one subject that you don't want to leave to friends, television, or the internet. It's very important that you control the message they receive. You will never regret giving them the right information in a non-threatening, loving environment. If they're not quite ready, that's okay. Feel free to put off the talk until they are ready. In the alternative, you could talk with them when they were born, reliving those special times and sharing your thoughts and feelings with them. That can be quite rewarding. It allows you to relive special times while also making them feel special, like the person they are. And I had to reword a little bit of that at the end just because I was flipping over myself. Okay, and then in the second section for the do together, it's optional, do together, be a kid again. If you're like most parents, all of this growing up and talk might be making you just a little bit depressed. It can be hard to see our children getting older and more mature. It can be a painful reminder that they are no longer our little babies. To counteract this trend, let them be a kid again today. Ask them what their favorite outside game was when they were little. Whatever it is, go outside and play with them. Play that with them today. Urge them to be as childish as they want to be. Assure them that you will always be your baby no matter how old they get. If it's too cold to go outside, then grab a board game, set aside a few hours just to play and have fun together. Cherish this time together with your children. They'll be grown up and out of the house sooner than you'd like, so be sure to take the time to do things like this regularly and act like kids together. You won't regret it. And then they're going to talk about cloning and the DNA, and then they talk about stuff like that. I really appreciate information or just stuff like that that reminds me, yes, this is a stressful time, but just be the mom and help make this transition for your kid not something that's like this switch that you turn on and they don't get to do all the fun stuff that they enjoy doing again. So anyway, I'm going to get back to planning. Like I said, we're just doing it in this, and I'm just going week by week and putting all of the information in. So let's continue. I just wanted to share that a little bit with you. I just wanted to share with you one way that you can set up how I ended up setting up my BOOKSHARK Mother's Teacher Manual. So it comes in each way, and at the bottom you can see there's different sections. It'll be laid out for you. This was in section 3, but I moved it up to the beginning of section 2. This basically has my weekly subject list so that it's easy for me to figure out if there is, you know, some content that maybe I would like to make sure that I'm doing more with her that week. So all I'm gonna do is with those maybe like more sensitive topics, I'm just gonna highlight them so that I'm, you know, just prepared for them. So we've got right here, I'm seeing like that, build a baby. I need to make sure that I'm just pretty aware of that. There's some times when you just can't read everything, and that's kind of my season of life, but this just really makes sure that I am well prepared for that. I'm just going to share that tip with you. Again, so I'm just sectioning it all out, and then I've got my week prep here and going on through, and back here there is the section for the parents, how to use the schedule with notes and information, which this was really helpful for me, and then recommending that you use the multiple binders for, you know, your history, your science, and language arts. But I don't really need to worry too much about that. Then we've got understanding the instruction or the structure of your guide, so sections and things like that. So that's really helpful. I did read this, but I'm not going to share too much with you because I don't want to like mess up any copyright stuff or give you too much information that you don't think you need that. I just don't want to give you too much information. But I really did find this very helpful. There is a section on basically how to do record keeping with this, using this one, and then tips how to use the internet, which it's always, you know, imperative that you're getting good information. And so really this is just so helpful because it's really hard for me to just sit down and just know what I am teaching. And so really things like this are just, I'm finding to be super valuable and super helpful. And when it's direct like this, then that helps me the most. Okay, that's gonna be it for this video. I've pretty much planned out her year for BOOKSHARK's Level 5 Health and Science, and I'm really excited for this coming year. So again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe so that you can see all of the other videos that I will be doing to share with you more about this curriculum. And until next time.